The Boston Celtics should not be this good. Last season was a bad time for Celtics fans. Obviously, you guys had to watch Tatum get injured in the playoffs, get well soon. You had to watch some of your favorite pieces get traded away or let go for nothing because of the salary cap. And I bet a lot of you guys were thinking that this year would be a retooling year. That's what I thought as well. Going into the season, I thought that they were going to tank and try to get a good draft pick, kind of like the Pacers are doing. But one of the Celtics' hidden gems rose to the occasion, and he's now playing like a 1A star. Jaylen Brown, for the longest time, was kind of in the shadows of Tatum. Everyone said that he was a worse version of Tatum. And you know, it's kind of for fair reasons. Tatum is a better player, or at least he was. But I think we have to have a real conversation real quick. There is no guarantee that Tatum will come back and play exactly how he was playing before his Achilles injury. The Achilles injury is a extremely bad injury for basketball players, for any athlete. You lose a ton of explosiveness. You can't drive to the basket the same. You can't defend the same. Laterally, you're slower. You're slower in everything. Now, we have seen some players over the past few years kind of get over this Achilles tear. Obviously, back in the past, if you tore your Achilles, it's kind of over. You lose a lot of your athleticism, but training nowadays is a lot better, and we can see that in Kevin Durant. Now, I personally do hope that Tatum gets back to that 100%, or at least he molds his game around that Achilles injury and his loss of explosiveness to get back to that 100% great star that he once was. But it's no guarantee. I mean, even if he came back at 80, 85%, he would still be a great player, but then the Celtics would need somebody to take that 1A spot. And lucky for them, Jaylen Brown has been sitting there for the past, I don't even know how many years. Season after season, I've watched Jaylen Brown get better behind Tatum. A lot of his game was raw a few years ago, and it all seems to be polished. Obviously, his playmaking, not that great, but everything else, pretty good. Over the past 15 games, he's been amazing. All season, he's been amazing, but I want to read off some stats for the past 15 games. 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists as the main offensive engine for this team. I mean, he's taking on a workload that he never had to take on in the past. And he's thriving. He's beating great teams along with help from his team, obviously. But he's shown me and a lot of other people that have been watching him that he can make tough shots. He's improved as a shot creator, as a playmaker, as everything. And he's done all this against some pretty good teams. He had 33 and 10 against the Pistons. He had like 40 against the Knicks and the Wolves. And most recently, and honestly most importantly because it's why I'm making this video, he had 50 against the Clippers and was locking up Kawhi Leonard the entire time. He tweeted out himself that he thinks that he's the best two-way star in the entire league. And I kind of agree with him. I think that SGA is up there, although I do think that his defense is praised a little too much. I do think that a lot of it is the system and the people that they've put around him, which is just good team building. But pound for pound, I don't really know who can compete with him. I saw somebody make a observation where he's kind of like Kawhi Leonard pre all the injuries. And I don't think he's as good of a defender as he once was, but he's up there. Now, I did just sing a lot of praise about him. One thing I do want to say is he still has some pretty streaky three-point shooting. I think it was like 3 of 10, 4 of 10, 2 of 8 in some of the games that I was looking at. And I do think that when Tatum comes back, this is going to kind of get back to the middle where he's not as streaky, because a lot of the shots that I was watching, they were contested. Once he has another player on the court where, you know, the defenders get dragged a little bit further away from him, I think he'll make consistently probably like 3 or 4 a game. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that Brown will have to take the lead for the Celtics and be that 1A star and push Tatum to the back at least for a little bit? Do you think he can handle that? Because I do. Something I want to ask, because it's not often that I make a video about the Celtics, is do you think they can keep this up? Realistically, do you think that they can end this season off in that 3 slot, maybe that 4 slot? And if they do you think that they can make a deep playoff run? I'm going to pair that question up with, should they be buyers at the deadline? Should the Boston Celtics actually not sell off on players at the deadline, wait for the offseason to do that? Because I believe they have to get rid of some salary cap. I don't know. To all of those questions, I don't really know. Me personally, I do think that they can make it semi-far in the playoffs, and I do think that they should be buyers and kind of start this retooling that they haven't really started yet. I think they're waiting for the offseason to do it. If you could get somebody like Day'Ron Sharpe, a big that can play real minutes for this team, I think that it would increase my confidence in this team making it further in the playoffs. I do think that their big rotation is a weakness right now, and I think that if they went up against the Knicks in the first or second round, depending on where they end the season at, I would have the Knicks over them. I would also have a team like the Pistons over them, but I realistically can't say any other team could beat them in a 7-game series 100%. Obviously, some of the teams in the East are a little worse record-wise than I think that they actually are, like, basketball-wise. The Magic could realistically win any series, same with the Hawks if things are clicking, same with the Cavs, same with Philly. But I just can't put them over the Celtics 100% with all of my confidence in the world. So let me know what you think. I had to make this video because I had to give Brown his flowers. Honestly, I've been a big Brown fan. I will be honest. I've never been a Tatum big fan. I've never been like following him and rooting for him. I've never hated him though. I have always liked Jaylen Brown. Honestly, I don't know why I like him more than Tatum. I think it was the Hot Ones interview. So I'm rooting for him. I think that he can really take that next step. Even if he's not that 1A star, I definitely think that he can get to Tatum's level, especially with all of the progress he's been making this season and all of the experience that he's getting this season as the main star for this team. Again, let me know what you guys think. If you disagree, if you agree, I'd love to hear it. Peace. Thanks for watching.